Good afternoon. I'm on my afternoon walk for my total of 5.2 miles today. What a blessing that is. And but this afternoon's walk and talk, I wanted to talk to you guys about the April 8th total eclipse with also the devil's comet that's also coming on the same day. So I just kind of, I've been seeing so many YouTube videos about it, and I'm not here for to spread fear or anything like that, but it's a few things that I find super interesting about this April 8th comet, meteor, and eclipse. One, I only remember one eclipse in my entire life, and that's in kindergarten. And the teacher said, "Oh, don't look up at the sun, they'll blind you forever." And I'm thinking, like, God, that's the last thing I need. So, but I remember vaguely that it came and passed super quick, maybe lasted 30 seconds. It just didn't seem like it lasts long. And I don't even think it got dark outside. So that's the first point. The second point is that the news and the scientists are saying, oh, that's no big deal. It happens all the time. This happened in 2017, and this is no big deal. It's the everyday thing, right? However, I looked it up, and I'm in Springfield, Illinois, and they said it's going to last up to 5 minutes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to be pitch dark like it's at nighttime. Now, I'm almost, been on planet Earth almost 50 years now. So if I've been alive for almost 50 years and I've never witnessed something like the hurricane winds last year, never seen nothing like that in my life. The sonic booms that they had last year, never seen nothing like that in my life. And so this will be another one of these things there's so many things in this last 12 months, coronavirus, all this other stuff that's just never happened, and it's all been in this last 12 months. So many things that's occurring never happened before. I don't believe in coincidences, never have, probably never will. I think everything happens for a reason. That's just how I think. So now, do I think this is the end of the world? No, I don't. And for instance, when you hear about a lot of things over and over again, like let's say Y2K, when it turned to the year 2000, everybody thought the world was going to end, and it didn't. Coronavirus, they say everybody going to die from the flu. We're all going to die. Oh my God, nobody died, really, honestly. No Walmart workers, no McDonald's workers, nobody died. The flu kills 1 million people a year. It's deadly. It's very serious. The flu, the regular flu, kills about 1 million people, and that's about how many people died from coronavirus. About 1 million people died. Okay, so but that's my opinion, and I don't mean to offend anybody because I know people lost people to the flu, and that's sad. And I think all deaths is serious. I don't take anything as a laughing matter. I'm not laughing whatsoever. However, I'm just trying to compare all that past prior stuff and put it into perspective with the April 8th. Now, personally, I feel like the eclipse, I think that it's I don't know, it does seem I don't know, it does seem weird to me. And I don't know what significance it means, but I will tell you about this movie that I watched in 1984, and I was 8 years old when it finally came out on VHS tape, and it was called Halley's Comet, okay? And Halley's Comet, the movie, so weird. Everybody who went outside, went outside to look at the comet, they all turned into a pile of dust, or they turned into zombies. Now, will that happen? I seriously doubt that would happen. But I was thinking, I do a lot of Google searches about, I would say on average, this sounds crazy, but I do about 50 or so Google searches a day. And so I've been Googling a lot of stuff about the eclipse. And I've read that, the eclipse, some things I read said the eclipse could cure people, it could help your health. and everything like that. But then I read other things that says that any food you cook during the eclipse, it would be no good to eat. Don't take a shower during the eclipse. Then I was watching this American Indian shaman that was like 80 years old. And people that's older, you should really listen to the people that's like in their really old age. That was before the internet and everything, before cell phones, and they remember back then. That's interesting. So anyways, I was listening to this American Indian guy, and he said, and I thought it very interesting, he said the total eclipse, it's a reminder to let you know that the sun supplies all life. Okay, God put the sun up there for us to live. Now, the eclipse is going to last 4 minutes, 5 minutes, or something like that. However, if the eclipse was permanent, there would be no life on Earth ever. You know what I mean? Everything would die if it was a permanent eclipse. So that should just kind of put you into perspective about how fragile life is on Earth. You know, if the sun is in a total eclipse forever, that means there ain't gonna be no life on Earth. It's over with for everybody. So I mean, I'll take that back, because some people will be able to live, even if it's a million nuclear bombs go off, the sun gets blotted out for 1,000 years. It's gonna be less than 1% of the people who it will be survivors. Believe that, because people's gonna get their energy. They'll do, windmills. They'll do water current. They'll do other things that's gonna be able to produce energy, so they could keep a very little bit of life for living. But anyways, it still makes you, I think with this April 8th total eclipse and the devil's comet that's in it, I say it's weird. It could be a sign that the end of the world is near. Now, the Bible, which I read the entire Bible from front to back once, and I'm reading it for the second time, and hopefully I can read it hopefully I can read it dozens of times. That'd be nice. I believe everything in the Bible to be true. That's my personal belief. Nothing in the Bible has ever been proven wrong. If there was one sentence ever proven wrong in the Bible, it'd be 1,000 YouTube videos a day made. The Bible's wrong. The Bible's wrong. There's been millions of people try to prove that the Bible's wrong, and they can't prove not one thing is false in the Bible. It's all 100% accurate and true. So anyways, the Bible says when will be the end of the world is when there is one world government, one world currency, the mark of the beast, the buy and sell. And so it's a lot of similar cryptocurrency. That seems like it could be a one world currency, one world government. The United Nations, I just learned this a few days ago, that the United Nations has 195 countries in the United Nations, and it's only like 4 countries on the whole earth that's not in the United Nations. So that's like a one world government to me, okay? It also says in the Bible that the storms and natural disasters will increase in frequency and greater magnitude. Just on the YouTube today, I haven't watched the news in 4 years or so. It's been years since I've actually watched any type of news. I cut off all the news media, all the media. I don't watch no news at all. I have no idea what's ever going on. Except for on YouTube, I even blocked all the news channels on YouTube. However, somebody slipped through the cracks and he had in Taiwan, a 7.8 earthquake that happened today. So that's a big magnitude earthquake. All this, the wind storms that we had in Springfield last year, that's never happened. That's not natural. It was a hurricane wind. I got caught outside in the wind, and I weighed 251 pounds, and I couldn't even walk just a few miles or just a few inches into my front door. I'm walking over this bridge right now with the creek. It's beautiful. I was going to turn around the camera, but I don't even see an option for that. So you guys ain't going to be able to see the creek today, but just know I seen it and it was beautiful. But I don't do all that fear mongering. Now that's another thing with the YouTube videos. I see they get 1.5 million views whenever they talk about April 8th eclipse, and it's the end of the world, and they're watching the video. They got music to the video. As soon as you hear music to a video, just know they're doing it for profit. Okay, don't believe anything they say, because they're just doing it for money. You get 1.5 million views on YouTube and you're monetized, you're gonna make thousands of dollars. So them people that's doing that, it's just like CNN. They're stoking up fear because people love fear. It's like human psychological nature. Oh man, to be so excited, make you feel alive. Oh, I'm scared the world gonna end. Oh man. And here's the thing about fear. Two things. One thing, fear. Why people like fear so much? Why does human beings love fear? Why do they love watching the news, being scared? Well, they don't have to worry about their own problems. They don't have to think about, oh man, this bill's due. This person said something bad. This person stresses me out. I'm not gonna think about, I got all these chores to do. You know what? Let's think about the world. Let's think about the world in it. Let's think about what they're talking about in the news. Let's watch CNN. Let's be distracted. Okay, so people love fear. Take them away from their own problems. Think about the world's problems. It's much bigger than theirs, right? So that's why people watch the news. That's why people love to be scared, But let me tell you the second thing about fear. And any emotion, fear, happiness, sadness, it don't matter what the emotion is, it's not going to allow you to think straight. Fear is the number one way to control people, okay? So if you live your life in constant fear, it'd be so easy for the government to control you. You know what I mean? If you live your life, if you're scared, if you're afraid about, if you have any fear at all, you'll be so easy to manipulate and control and allow other people to think for you. So, you know what I mean? So if you're going to, and another thing I'll add about the Bible and Bible prophecies is that they say clearly in the Bible, nobody's going to know when Jesus Christ returns. So don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? Don't even, who can, the end of the world does not matter. And that's the good thing about believing in God and Jesus, because you're not going to be scared of coronavirus. You're not going to take those vaccinations because you're not scared. If you die, it's a blessing. You're going to go to heaven to see your loved ones. You know what I mean? You're going to live in a paradise where you ain't got to pay bills to live. You know what I mean? The cost of living in heaven is free. Okay, so those who really actually believe in the Bible, they have no fear. They won't be controlled. So, the April 8th, the total eclipse, I'm not afraid of it. I was gonna take my shirt off and stand in the backyard and soak up the rays and try to get, some healing power from that. But the American Indians said they respected they stay indoors during the total eclipse. So I don't know if I'll be on my knees praying indoors or if I'll be on my knees praying in the backyard. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give thanks and appreciation to the daily life that the sun provides. That's what I'm going to do for the eclipse. I'm going to get on my knees. I'm going to thank God for the sun. I love the sun. And I'm going to go on my knees. I'm going to pray, thank God for the sun, giving us the sun so my vegetables could grow, so I can get melatonin, serotonin into my skin, make me feel happy. I love the sun, okay? I'd be sad if the sun went away forever. The sun's a blessing from God. I appreciate the sun. I went years without no sunlight. I went 2 years of my life stuck underneath the ground without a ray of sunlight for 24 months. No sun, no fresh air. So I'm a man that can appreciate sunlight to the fullest. And so that's my thoughts on the April 8th total eclipse. The devil's comet, which is weird. They say it looked like a devil with the horns. I didn't make that up. Okay, that's what they say on the YouTube videos. But I just say, you know what? Let's not be in fear no more. Let's not be worried about nothing. Let's not worry about it. Let's not live in fear. Let's live in appreciation. Let's do that instead. Let's not be no more fear about what the news says. Who cares? Don't even watch the news. Turn it off. If you got the news, unsubscribe to the news. Throw it away. It's all just there to make you scared. That's it. It's a control mechanism. Get rid of the news. Local news, world news. It's old news. It don't belong in this today's world. Get rid of it. It's a control mechanism. So let's live in appreciation. Let's live in appreciation instead of living in fear. I think that'll equal more happiness. So my walk's almost over with. 5.2 miles today. It's cold in the 30s, snowing, raining, and I'm happy and I love it. It's a blessing every single day that you're alive and free. You should be so thankful that you just get on your knees and pray and say, thank God. You know, it does be a free. Even if you don't believe, I believe in religious freedom too. I love Christians, Jews, Muslims, atheists. It doesn't matter to me. I believe in religious freedom. So even if you don't believe in the afterlife, which there is an afterlife, but if you don't believe in it, that's okay. But still be thankful, you know. So, okay, well, time for me to put my scarf back on. I done hit the road. It's a little cold up this way. Getting ready to go home and make some big old fish and rice. And I'm so looking forward to that big old nice meal. Not a big meal, because actually I'm gonna make a big meal, but I'm gonna eat on it for 3 days. That's how I do. I like to make a big meal because I'm by myself. So I make a meal for two people, and I just eat it on multiple days. 2 days, love it. Actually adds more flavor if you leave it in the fridge overnight. So, with that all closed, thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.